Welcome to PC24RETV's restart episode. Yes, it's a restart because we did close our program for some reasons I defined this morning. I was very upset that people probably do not like to get the right information. They just want to be scammed and then talk negative about the industry, about the person who help them find their house and then keep spreading the negativity all around. But one person changed my mindset when he said that he was eagerly awaiting for my broadcast. One person. How cool is that? Then I spoke with my partner, Sarvludar, and she told me that's not only one person, but there are many persons that she knows of who are eagerly awaiting for the broadcast. So this was phenomenal. So all the reason for me and my partners to be back again on this stage. So you can interact with us using wherever you're seeing this video, and I probably would like to respond to your inquiries. So I just get this message that the signal is weaker. I will see if I can make some changes to it and go a bit faster. So no idea, fun, chit chat, and the lighter version of PC24RETV. So Saurabh, can you let me know if you can hear me? Give me a thumbs up, please, if you can hear me clear. All right, so no idea what's going on, guys. Sarab Ludar is with us today, and we are also expecting Gurleen Ojla, who is from Four-Way Immigration, to join us at some point in time during the broadcast. Oh, yes, she is already here. Well. We got Sarab Ludar, we got Gurleen Ojla, and you got your own Paul Chima up on stage. Can you hear me, guys, ladies? Just give me thumbs up because I cannot see you. Yes. Alrighty. So Sarab's computer is bad computer. Gurleen is best computer. We got it. Okay. Alright. So I have some news, but I will talk about the news once I have my esteemed guests up on stage with me, and here they come. Bingo! Today we go live here in the show. Hi Gurleen, hi Sarab, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing very well, Mr. Paul Chima. How are you?
Well, I'm very happy to see you back again. I thought I would never see you on this broadcast until something changed. So I'm here, back again on my broadcast.
Well, you took a break, a nice vacation to back to India.
Yeah,
So
that's a nice way to put it up. But I literally retired from broadcasting. But one person's comments and his concerns brought me alive again on social media and this broadcast. So I'm very happy to be here. And how are you, Saurav?
Good, Paulji. Welcome back. And as Gurleen was saying, you took a great vacation and you gave us vacation from the broadcast. That's not fair. You talk about only one person. What about us? We have been after your life.
Oh, I
Paulji, what are you coming? When are you coming back? Every Monday and Tuesday, my
exactly,
alarm goes,
yeah.
right?
That made me more
exactly. That's
accountable.
true.
That made me more accountable. And my coach tells me, stop broadcasting because this is interfering with your business. And I don't want to tell him that I cannot stop it. So I will try to squeeze my business up to 6 o'clock, then free time. I'm not cooking tonight for sure.
It's okay.
What are
You
you
need
We
doing?
not
will
to cook,
order
Miss.
some pizza.
Pizza.
Exactly. I was about to say the same thing. You need not to cook, Mr. Paul Chima. Don't worry about that part. We'll take care of that.
I ate so much today. I can't even tell you. I hosted lunch for my client and his mom because his mom moved from Montreal, and I wasn't here when the lease went through. I was in India, but I did talk to the agent and he kindly consented to accommodate my client. And I said, okay, I would like to welcome you to Ontario officially. Oh, I'm so full. I can't even tell you. You can see the bulge here, right?
No,
No, we
Gurleen
can
and
just
I, we are
feel it.
smart. We are smart. We keep our picture still here,
Yeah, I know.
Exactly, ditto.
right?
I ate so much and I have chicken upstairs to marinate and go outside and do the barbecue. More
That's
chicken.
amazing.
Today I
Yeah.
got the
Sounds great to know.
mildest butter chicken, and these guys they still complain it is very spicy,
Spicy.
very spicy. And then I ate
Tell
green
them you
chili in
don't
front
know
of
what
them.
spice is.
Yeah, I ate green chili in front of them. I say, you know what? After eating it, I am eating half of this green chili. It's not spicy at all.
Oh my
Exactly.
God. Then I don't think they will be able to handle my son's butter chicken,
No,
his
no,
award-winning recipe. Right?
no.
I shared with you that he's won a Toronto MasterChef Junior.
Yes, he
Right?
did.
Wow.
Congratulations to
Yeah.
him and you.
Thank you. And his award-winning recipe was butter chicken and shahi paneer.
Sarab, his wife was very happy.
Amazing.
She will.
And no, first his mom is very happy.
I
His
don't know
wife
about
will
his
come
mom,
when
but
she
his
will come.
would-be wife will be very thrilled.
Yeah,
Agreed, agreed.
Yeah, butter
right?
chicken and junior chef, that is a great accomplishment. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Of course, why not?
what I did was I went online and researched what media says about the housing market. Funny things here say, well, I have
So you found some jokes to share with us?
some
Looks like.
statistics. I have not validated them yet. I just pulled them up. And it says more Canadians opting for co-ownership amid affordability crunch. This is some Royal LePage study published in Toronto Star. Toronto Star reported this study, and this says 6% of respondents they co-own their property with people who weren't their significant other. Of these 6%, 76% cited affordability as the top reason, followed by the need to buy a bigger property. So, what would be 75% of 6?
About 4%,
4,
4.5%.
4.5. So, well, but
That's right.
76% looks bigger number, right?
Majority.
That's what report
Majority. So,
majority.
76%
Right?
of 6. Wow.
That is
Well,
4.5.
4.5, about 4.5, right?
Exact 4.5 actually.
Exact 4.5. They said affordability is the
Wow.
biggest
You're
reason.
so good with calculations.
Yeah, she must be making her math teacher proud. Eh,
Oh yeah,
I
he
I
was
think so.
Mr. Khan, my math teacher.
Mr. Khan, still alive?
Yeah, still I don't know. Must be still alive and
Yeah, but
kicking.
if someone has
So
parents like you, the longevity increases.
yeah, I still like. He
Gurleen,
was
do
the
you know
best
that she
math
was
teacher.
also a teacher? Sarab?
I'm sorry?
Sarabjit was also a teacher?
I can feel it. You know what? Honestly,
Yeah.
it's basically, I thought about it. I was about to ask it one day, probably because the way you covered the platform, and I was like, okay, probably she was teacher back home.
She
See,
was.
my guess, it was literally a guess.
Yeah,
So
look
it
at
went straight.
Thank you.
just look at the stern look on her face. Students were very scared in her class.
No, they were
Hmm.
not.
No, it doesn't look like. No, no, she doesn't look like a strict teacher at all. I can bet you on that.
I was strict in a different way. I was like they were low. I was very friendly with my students, and it was like my class was more like a fun class for them. I was
Okay.
English teacher, of course. All I can tell them was stories,
Hmm.
and but I did like grammar and everything. They were the only thing they were scared of that ma'am will stop talking to us. That was my only threat to them. If you guys don't behave, if you guys don't perform well, I'm not going to talk to you.
Sarab told me a story that she went to a school and two students were, they didn't want to study at all. They would avoid everything. So they
Right.
hated teacher for teaching them. So Sarab
Right.
thought there is a noble way of teaching them. So being a new
Exactly.
young teacher, so she took the entire class outside. And there were these
Wow.
trees with mangoes on them, mango trees, and she made one of them, one of the two who were very reluctant to learn. One climbed up the tree, and the other one stood down there on the ground. And Sarab
Right.
told the guy who was in the tree, saying, "Keep throwing the mangoes," and told the
Right.
guy on the ground to keep counting them.
Right.
So we know how many he
Okay.
planted. But then she also told the guy up
Wow.
in the tree that you also keep counting so that this guy is not dishonest with his numbers. So the upper
Right.
guy is throwing mangoes down and say one, the lower guy says 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. As they reached 10, the guy on the ground started shouting. He says, "Hey, come down, come down, come down." And the other guy said, "What? What happened? There are so many more mangoes here." He said, "No, no, 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 no. Teacher is trying to teach us counting." So he brought him down.
Agree. That's an innovative way of doing it, and
You want to learn?
apparently, I wish
That
teachers in that era would have learned this. We could have been better
that
students. Like I could have been a better student too.
though that's not my story, but I did invent a lot of inventing, and I thought he is really sharing because I used to teach them, taking them outside the ground. So I will usually take them one class in a week would usually be in the playground, and the principal will be after my life. Sir, you are the only English teacher who's teaching in the playground. Like, how do you teach in the playground? I said, if you have complaints, then you talk to me. You don't have any complaints. My students are doing well. They are learning well. We are good, right?
Very good. Fantastic.
Exactly.
So
So,
what's going on in your respective industry, Gurleen? What's going on in immigration? It's been a long, long time.
Gurleen's industry, if I'm not wrong, is going to be very exciting. Ford
Yeah,
was just
something is
talking about
happening
bringing
now.
millions of people,
Something is happening now.
right?
It goes both ways.
They're going to put a stop on students. Is that right? Did I hear that right? The Trudeau government is trying to put a stop on student immigration. Then how will they make money off students?
Well, they got enough criticism, and this statement apparently is just, it's pretty contravening, I would say, to their actions. If you look into their actions, it goes vice versa, where apparently they're providing extensions to the current work permit holders. They have increased the quota for even the current quota is like twice what was allotted last year. So yes, I mean this is a pretty diplomatic statement, and the reason for this statement could be somewhere. Okay, you know what? We are done with this criticism. We're being criticized for bringing an influx. That could be a reason the statement is out. But let's see how things go. But as of now, we do not see any changes in the study permit applications. It's not that the refusal rate has gone high, or there are some apparently consistent changes or whatnot. As of now, this is just an announcement, and nobody is taking it seriously, especially our lobby. So that's all I can say for now.
So the Minister of Immigration, he moved to the Ministry of Housing, right?
That's right. So Mr.
We
Sean
have another
Fraser,
minister now, and the minister who became the housing minister, he is now. People are, targeting him for taking the opposite approach to what he was doing when he was an immigration minister.
exactly. No, Mr. Sean Fraser, yes,
I
he is. So his department has
yeah, I
changed, and
think
now it's director.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Yeah. Yes, Gurleen.
And Mr. Mark Miller, who is the current immigration minister. Apparently, I think it's just like one part. So liberals, they would have their policies, and the minister, like the immigration minister, would have to comply by it, no matter what
Mhm.
anybody says. maybe the announcement is just to give people a false hope. Okay, you know what? Housing crises are caused by international students, which is not the reality. No, it's had it been, even if the influx was lesser in terms of international students, of course, if you kind of call less people to this country, you can still not stop the housing crisis, because the housing crisis are cause of the prices. So this is my opinion. I mean, Mr. Chima, you are into this industry. You can give your opinion would be much better or maybe more professional than mine.
Well, you are stating the right thing now. But Sarabjit, you are saying something.
Yes, in regards to that immigration and the statement that they will be stopping the students' intake, it could be that the people are not taking it properly. Like as William Wordsworth said, that there are 13 ways of looking at blackbird. So there are many ways that we can interpret a statement. So maybe what they said is like they might not want them intake because of the online classes available. So they will still might be giving them the admissions and everything, but they can still study from the comfort of their own home in their own country. So once their student visa is over and they are ready to get for work permit, maybe that time they can come.
I
So
read.
it could be taken both ways, because now with the COVID and everything, online studies have become a part and parcel of your education.
Yeah,
So there are many universities which are providing only online education and are a mix of online and in person. So that could be one of the things that they're proposing, that right now we will stop them, but once they are done their studies and if they get work permit or something and they want to come in, they will be able to come in.
I
So
read
that
some
could be
information.
very well, that could be one of the aspects.
Sorry, Sarabjit, I cut you
Well,
Something
off.
is
I
wrong
totally
with my
agree.
Bluetooth.
I
I
I I read somewhere people saying that students were given study visa and they should go back after studies are over. But it has become a backdoor to PR and citizenship basically. And government is making tons and tons of money because they are selling expensive education to them. I guess 2 to 3 times higher than what a Canadian or PR student would give. And this is a lucrative industry for them. I don't think government of Canada will
It is. It
get
is.
rid of.
They cannot even afford to stop. Apparently, even if conservatives are in power, I doubt it that they can ever,
Stop
bring a
it.
policy where they can just halt student
Yeah,
visa completely, or
we
maybe halt
need.
it to
Yeah,
50%,
They
because they
can't.
need them for their own economic growth. They need them for their own economic
On
growth. So
top
apparently,
on top of that, what we should be like looking into, Canada is growing old. So Canada needs fresh blood. They need young blood. And where is that young blood coming from?
where is the
99%
blood?
of that young blood.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fim 5
yeah.
from I smell an
I'm a
Englishman.
transplant.
So I smell an Indian man, it will be right. So right, so that's where it is going to come from. ਇੱਕ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਪੜਿਆ ਪਲਾਇਆ 18 19 20 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਉਹ ਪੜਿਆ ਪਲਾਇਆ ਬੱਚਾ ਵਾ, ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਚਾਈਲਡ ਟੈਕਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕੋਈ CCTV ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ। ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹ ਬੱਚਾ ਇੱਕ ਯਜਮਾਨ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਆ, ਵੀ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਫੀਸਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ।
Golden goose.
ਗੋਲਡਨ ਗੂਜ਼ ਆ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਆ ਉਹ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹ ਗੋਲਡਨ ਗੂਜ਼ ਆ, ਉਹ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ।
Not for government, for businesses too. People
ਹਾਂ ਹਾਂ, ਹੁਣ ਇਸੇ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ
guys are
ਵੀ
being taken on cash jobs. They are not being paid the full money to them, and these guys know nothing. They are very confused. In my plane, out of 300 seats, 290 were occupied by students, and I was astonished to see students in business class, premium economy, and I could never imagine that kind of travel myself when I traveled to Canada. We were in
yeah,
economy for many years. Now because
yeah,
age took over us, so we try to travel business class, so we get more comfort. But other than that, if you are young, you can travel economy, but they were just in the plane.
because uh, When we are talking about these international student businesses and how businesses are exploiting them, on the same hand, businesses, like every business, has so much great potential to grow. For example, a new immigrant who's coming in, he needs immigrant service. He needs a lawyer, immigration lawyer services for his work permit, for his study permit, for his PR shape, and maybe then for citizen, and then parents super visa, parents sponsorship, lots of business there. Let's talk about insurance. A newcomer coming to this industry,
Here
this country,
comes
they need.
the insurance. Okay.
So a newcomer coming to the
Now
industry,
she's
whether
on
he is
track.
uh,
She will
right, so
start bringing
18 years,
insurance
or
in your
whether
talk
he
all the
is.
time, all the time, all the time.
Oh, no, no, no. So that they need insurance. Talk about when they are coming as a student. So those 4 months, many students will be having that 4 months of gap now, where they call it a drop.
Hmm.
They will not be covered by anybody.
Yes.
So they are a great client for immigration lawyers. They are a great client for insurance people. They are great client for realtors, because whom are they calling? Even for basements now they are calling these kids. Imagine how much pressure. Like today I was looking for somebody a basement, one bedroom basement for $2,200. Like seriously,
That's right.
seriously.
Very seriously. Yes.
And it is on realtor.ca. Can you believe that people are listing one bedroom basements because they have legalized it? It's a legal one bedroom basement for 2250 plus 30%
So
utilities.
I'm just confused, Sarab. Are you saying 22 is too much or too less?
It's too much.
Okay.
$2,250 for one bedroom basement is too much. एक बच्चा ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ international student ਹੈ, how do you think he can afford that?
Yeah, I know.
ਉਹਨੂੰ
Gurleen.
employer ਉਹਨੂੰ exploit ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ,
Yeah.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ 4 ਬੱਚੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ੂ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੱਡੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਏ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਖਲਾਰਾ ਪਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ, but we forget about those 96 who are working hard.
That's true. And Gurleen, don't you think we should educate the student community for how to seek work and how much they should officially get? Because I don't think people are aware of how much violation these businesses commit to when they give them lower than the government set pays, right?
That's so true,
Now
Mr.
this kid
Paul.
it is.
Yeah.
So this student came on, he worked for somebody for 4 months, proper
Give me 1
legal
second, sir. Give me 1
payroll
second,
sin
sir.
number.
Sir, give me 1 second. Let Gurleen finish. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Mr. Palchima, I completely agree with your point of view. Reason being because every time a student walk into my office, they will have same questions about employment, job search, even with the residents. Yes, GTA is very congested. It's overcrowded at the moment. So apparently, I have seen few videos, like disturbing videos, where kids are literally sleeping on the, on the pathways and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not see. I completely agree with Mrs. Sarabjit Ludhar too. She said like we cannot blame whole student community for just if we kind of like look into the bad apples. There could be like literally 4%, probably
Yeah,
lesser than
bad
that.
apples are only
But 96% of them, they are working hard, and they do not have basic knowledge about their basic rights,
employment
about residence,
Act. They don't
about
have knowledge
yes,
of ESA. They don't know what
exactly,
ministry is applicable and what their rights are.
exactly,
They need to be
exactly.
educated. Yes, absolutely.
And on top of it, I have recently encountered. Well, I'm not too sure if this should be brought to this platform, but harassment in terms of sexual, physical, could be anything. This is something this should be brought to kids' attention, because apparently a kid coming to the country, literally a 19 years old kid, doesn't know would not even dare to talk about all of this. So especially with female international students, if this is something that they're facing. I mean, it's my open call. Anybody can come talk to me, and we can basically give them the basic, at least whatever in my capacity I can. I would love to, and even for your basic employment rights and whatnot. There should be some platform where they could be educated and they should know, because end of the day they're always like ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਤਲਵਾਰ ਲਟਕਦੀ ਹੈ until we are not a permanent resident in the country. Even I was one of them. Like, I came here after my grade 12 too. So, but the thing is, the onus is on the other party as well. If you're being exploited, you're not the one who would be kicked out of the country. Exploitation is done by, and you're being exploited for being layman, for being not aware of your rights. So on top of it, government cannot kick you out for that part. So I've seen a few kids who doesn't want to like acknowledge that part, because they're like, okay, apparently maybe this can hurt our PR. PR is one part of the story, but I'll tell you, some kids are taking advantage of the same situation too. See, at least 30% of my clientele is like international students coming from India. We sign a proper retainer agreement. I send them invoices for the services rendered. They literally come, and ਫਰਕ ਸੀ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 10 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ. ਚਲੋ that was a bad thing too. ਅੱਜ ਵਾਲੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਲਟਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਤਲਬ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਨਵੋਇਸਿਸ ਵੀ ਭੇਜੋ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਸੀਟਸ ਵੀ ਭੇਜੋ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਲੀਗਲ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣਾ. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਆਜੋ ਫਿਰ ਲੀਗਲ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਲੈ ਹੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. So it goes both ways. I literally spoke to a kid today and he was like, and then you need to look into the services that are being rendered. Oh, that talking about anything or everything doesn't help. You need to look into the things by law. It doesn't go not Punjab. It's not like you're not living in the same country. So you can talk about the same things. This is not how it goes.
This is not how it works.
That is the another situation, Gurleen, that we are entering. You just said कि आज तो 10 साल पहला वाली पनीरी नहीं हैगी. So that is basically ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਲੋਕ, ਉਹ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੈ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਰਹਿ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਈ, ਨਾ ਉਹ ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ ਰਹਿ ਗਈ ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਉਹ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਦੀ ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ ਰਹਿ ਗਈ ਹੈ. ਐਂਡ ਯੈਸ ਰਾਈਟ ਨਾਓ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਨੀਰੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਪਨੀਰੀ ਹੀ ਕਵਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਲੋਕ ਬੈਚ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਮੈਜੋਰਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਦਿਸ ਹੈਜ਼ ਬਿਕਮ ਅ ਬੈਕ ਡੋਰ ਟੂ PR. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਪੜ੍ਹਿਆ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਕੇ, ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਲੌਜਿਕ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੀ PR ਹੋ ਜਾਏ. ਬਟ irrespective of the fact, ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਬਟ irrespective of the fact ਵੀ ਉਹ ਚਾਹੇ ਉਸ ਐਕਸਕਿਊਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਬਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ, ਦੂਸਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੋਲਿਸੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਦੇਣੀ ਵੀ ਚਾਹੀਏ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਲੈਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਿਆਣੇ ਆ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 4 ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਲਈਆਂ. I always say Google is a search engine, not a research engine. So do not do your research on Google. You want to search something, that you can, but do not do research on Google.
When I was in India, Gurleen, I read a news item. I'm not sure if that is correct or not, but the news item said that Canada is opening up study permits to anyone from grade 4 onwards, and parents can tag along. I'm not sure if this is correct or not.
Well, I'll be very honest. This was in news for quite some time, and apparently I got a few calls where people who, with the basic skills, would be like, okay, we heard about a visitor visa for a minor. And I'm like, okay, do you actually know what exactly a minor term would mean? Do you know what exactly is this term when you call about a minor visitor visa? So, this is all like agents' tricks to lure, or maybe, they're trying to be lucrative with their deals, and that's the reason they're throwing all this false info. If there was such news, or maybe if there was something in regards to the minor kid, straight up we'll get an update on IRCC's website. As of now, I do not see anything. Yes, there is a way that a minor kid can come to the country if your parents are actually a work permit holder or they're any status holder in the country. Then it's different. But this minor, I know this has been going ongoing in the market for quite some time, where they talk about तो ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਭੇਜ ਦੇਣਾ ਘਰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਜਾਣਾ, and I am like, who is telling you all of this? This is all complete
This is
BS.
all BS. Yeah, that's what I thought when I read
Gurleen,
the
Gurleen, I just had a question asked in one of the groups. Somebody asked this thing that their son, 6 years old son, is here on study visa.
That's true, agreed, but it's not for
What is that?
everybody. That is called a visitor. Okay, so there is a way to do a study permit for a minor as well, but your grounds has to be strong as well. Sometimes some colleges, they do have a tie-up here. For instance, so there are a few colleges where, let me tell you, like few schools back home, where they kind of do it like the way we do a transfer kind of thing. So apparently, if the college or a school does have a tie-up here, they can send the kids. It's not for everybody. And then you need to have very strong grounds too, right? You need to show that you have strong finances. Apparently, India, if you talk about a normal family, they'll go for a loan, right? A loan for a certain amount to send their kid here.
Yeah.
So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ
Yeah.
ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ questionable ho sakta hai, but I'm not saying it's 100% like out of their reach, but not for everybody. It's not like somebody who wants to lend at least 40 grands and want to put it in the account, let it sit for some time, and claiming, okay, you know what, my kid would be here for a study visa on a study visa for with so and so conditions. No, the conditions has to be proper. You need, it's not like you need to sound financially sound, you have to be financially sound kind of thing. They look into your assets, not just your bank balance.
Not just your bank balance. Well, yeah, that's
Exactly. A businessman can afford to send a 6 years old kid here, not a problem. Not everybody else.
I'm really amazed to see so many students who are very eager to study. But in Indian schools, I don't see them going and study.
Exactly. That's true.
They want to study only in Canada,
That is.
which is great, by the way. Well, I wish I had that knowledge, and I would be here in 25s when I was 25 years old. Could have met you guys here at that time. Fantastic. I came here when I was 40, and now I touched 60. So 20 years in this world. Crazy world.
Wow.
So, Gurleen,
17
I'm
years.
thinking I should stop doing real estate. I should join you as your associate and open my office in India. I will lure people with all these amazing, strategies. That
Paulji, you are broadcasting your schemes.
Visa for a child yet to be born.
Yet to be born.
Oh no, you forget about that. These are something lucrative and something can be done. I heard somebody very prominent name into the industry. She is saying, get wedding insurance.
Oh wow.
Divorce insurance.
Wedding
Get
insurance?
wedding insurance for your girl child.
Oh wow.
People are
What kind of
crazy. All
insurance would
my
that be?
clients. Oh, it's nothing. It's a whole life 20 pay insurance. You buy it as soon as the child is born. So they tell them, okay, put $500, and by the time your daughter will be married, she will be 25 years old. So this will be what the company will give. They do not look into it. Okay, this is my cash value that is being built up.
So the world is.
So they just say it's a wedding insurance.
Saying this is what actually frustrated me when I stopped the broadcast, because people do not go for right learning. They always fall for these tricks, and they do not understand something which is very commonly said. If something is too good to be true, run. But they go into that unless they get unless they get scammed. They think everything is great, and this is what is going on. This is what happened to those 700 students who are here. And I think government they may have, Gurleen can better comment, that if they have a booklet which should be made mandatory for all the education agents overseas, to be given to the students, that this is what rates are, this is what your rights are, this is what ESA is about, this is what health things are there. Everything should be in that little booklet, like kind of disclosure, and get their signature that they gave them a copy and they received it. So that at least people have some knowledge when they land into this alien country. People don't even know where to put their luggage in a plane. They were confused where to put a luggage. They couldn't even close those overhead compartments. They didn't know how to open them, and let alone live in a country which is totally new to them.
Trust me, Paul ji, this client of mine, they just came to Canada about 4 months ago. They lived with for a couple of months with a friend, and then they rented a property through me. And the girl calls me, आंटी जी वो ना डोर के नीचे से पानी आ गया
Who dare
बेडरूम
call
में,
you auntie? You just look like a sister
राइट?
to them.
I
Yeah,
was like,
exactly.
कौन से डोर के
You
नीचे?
are
I was
Call you
like,
auntie. You should charge
that's okay.
30%.
We will train them later. So I was like, कौन से डोर के नीचे से पानी आ गया? बोल रहे वो आंटी मैं ना वॉशरूम का फ्लोर धो रही थी तो वो पानी जो है वो बेडरूम में चला गया. मेरे का ਇੰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਵਾਈਨਲ ਉਹਦਾ ਫਲੋਰ ਸੀ, ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲੈਂਡਲੋਰਡ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ. ਤੂੰ
exactly.
ਇਮੇਜਿਨ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੌਲ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਲੀਨ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਆਫਿਸ ਖੋਲ ਲਓ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰਲੀਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਨਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਸ਼ ਕੋਰਸ ਖੋਲਦੀ ਆ.
Well,
ਆਰ ਯੂ ਹੈਡਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ?
Open an office there.
I'm gonna apply online.
I will offer products to children even before they're born, like when they are in 6 or 4.
No.
Exactly.
I
There
will
you go.
I will open an online crash course. Are you visiting Canada? Let's learn some Canadian tricks
Yeah.
to live in Canada.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna open them.
Exactly.
The fee would be, if you call me sister or younger sister, then 30% discount. If you call me auntie,
Discount. Exactly.
I'm not gonna give them discount. It's like call me auntie, give me more. I don't care.
That's a better bet. That's a better bet.
Right? I need to run my household.
yeah. So
Exactly.
we call you younger sister. This is what she said one day.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
She did. See?
See?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Hitting half a century in a couple of years. So thank you for the compliments.
I'm really enjoying the conversation today, and this is how it should be: light, easy,
Yeah.
funny, and that's it. People are fed up.
But on the same hand, Paul ji, the purpose of this channel was to give knowledge, and I really love what you said when we were having a phone call in the morning. That you said people want to be scammed. I wrote that down.
Yes, people want to be scammed.
People love it. People love it when you tell them big stories with false things. They'll just love it. They fall for it.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
if you go tell them genuinely or something, like one of the clients I remember about more than 10 years ago, she asked me, why did you join insurance industry?
Yeah.
I told them the true thing that this insurance agent came into my house, sold us like $300 a monthly plan. We were newcomers in the Canada, and I showed it to somebody, and he said, "Sir, right now your finances are very low, so we don't need $300. Let's cancel this policy
Yeah.
and write a new policy." So they canceled that policy and they applied for the term. In the meantime, my husband had some medical complications and he could not be approved of.
Okay.
And I was super pissed. So I was like, then my husband was like, Sarab, ਤੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਕਿੱਡੀ ਕੁ ਮੋਟੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਆ ਇਹਦੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ. ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਵਾਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਤੇ ਹੈਗਾ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਖਰਾ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਵੱਖਰਾ ਹੈ. So and in that same in couple of days I met somebody from WFG. I always thank to him, like wholeheartedly thanks to Vijay Bajaj. And we spoke, we talked, and he was like, sir, do insurance. I took license in less than a week, wrote the exams and everything. 3 or 4 days I was my exam was written.
Fantastic.
So that's how I came into the industry. And I told that lady, and she was like, That story doesn't sound good.
Mhm.
You do not know how to sell your story. I was like, I'm not telling you the story, I'm telling you what happened. You want to listen to a story, a sobby story? Okay, I was an English teacher. I know literature. I can tell you, I was very poor. I had no food to eat. I was living on the floor. Right? I can tell you all that if you want to listen that. But that's not true.
Yeah, people like
I
to listen.
solely came to see that what happened here. And exactly one of my friends, she lost her husband last year. Same thing. Some agent came, they cancelled the pre-running policy from last 4 years, issued them a policy in April. The claim got declined.
People want to be scammed. They are waiting for you to
I
scam them.
100% I could not agree
They are
more with
waiting for you
anybody
to
when
scam
this
them. Like
says.
Gurleen says all the great thing, they will say, she doesn't talk, those sweet stuff because she's not
Yeah,
showing
she's not
anything.
telling
She's just
that I
stating the
have to give her $40,000.
she's just stating the facts. So
Well,
people
the
don't
thing is,
understand.
I
Yeah. Okay, you got yes, Gurleen.
the thing is, like, if you try to be super genuine, with me, what I tell my most of my clients, especially with international students in particular, I tell them if you have to survive throughout your journey, you have to start it right now.
Doing
Meaning,
the right
don't
thing.
look for everything on plate. Like, nobody is going to tell you, you're asking. I have seen consultants, they literally tell them to go for refugee claims. Refugee claim, apparently, you come from a country where you got your approval, you are the passport holder of that particular country. How would your refugee claim would be approved? And on top of it, you give them nonsense and nuisance grounds for all of this. The reason I'm saying is because apparently I've gone through so many applications. I look into their narrations, basis of claim, BOC, whatnot. They are, this is pretty misleading. But even if you try to tell them that, okay, this is not the way out, they'll be like, okay, they'll have their smile on their face, be like, you know nothing. They'll walk
It
out of
is
the office.
stupid. Yes. If
ਇਹਨੂੰ
you're
ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ. So the thing is, if you say
oh,
no to somebody, this is what you
that's
get.
what
This
So
it's
you're
you
very
not.
right. You're
reminded
very right.
me, my conversation today with someone. I called them and I said, "What's going on?" So well, he said, "Oh, he's now working with some immigration person." I say, "Okay, you are licensed?" And, no, just working. I say, "Okay." So and then he started talking about refugee status. I said, "But it is very difficult to prove that you're a refugee." And he said, no, it's pretty easy. I have connections. And he intends to sit down with me and tell me about the package. And he said, Paul,
Mhm.
if you bring people, we will qualify them on refugee status and you can make money off them too. I say, wow, that is fantastic. In today's world, they know everything about which country has turbulence, which doesn't have turbulence. How the hell are you going to prove that there is a death threat to this person in his own country? It's very, very hard. And he said, like it is like just he can get done
Joke.
anytime.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I know.
And on top of
There-
it, death threat to a person who has been living into this country for last 4 years, never has gone back because he is waiting on his PR. ਸੋ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੀਆਰ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਨੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਤੋਂ 5 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਡੈਥ ਥ੍ਰੈਟ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਕਟੀਵੇਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਹੁਣ
This is strange, right? And I was totally blown away by what he said. And I'm going to meet him up. I will gather more information, like little spy kind of thing.
See, all of these
all
false claim and all of this false and misleading info apparently is making it harder for the genuine claimants as well.
Yes.
Somebody
How
who has a
about
genuine fear of persecution in the country would has to go through lots and lots of grilling as well. It's like, the member would be under an impression, okay, he's a false refugee claimant too. So apparently you're making the pathway harder for genuine claimants as well. So, I mean, well, I know as a matter of fact, in the same practicing law, we have seen people where, they literally tell people, okay, you can just falsify most of your documents. I literally got a call from one of my clients, like I helped her with her study permit application. So she said, somebody actually said at the port of entry that they have a genuine fear of persecution, and they literally have 10 to 15 days to apply for their refugee claim. And I'm like, okay, well, this is an interesting thing to know, but I don't deal with such refugee claims where I have to falsify the documents, because apparently the onus is on me to prove everything, like from top to bottom. So I really, I mean, I don't want to, bring that dirt on me, kind of thing. And you won't believe. So she was like, okay, so maybe she was trying to negotiate in terms of pricing too. Sanu utte 2500 ਚ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਉਤੇ 3500 ਚ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, whatnot. I said, see, since I'm not interested, whatever price they're quoting, I think they're good. They're good. I am not interested. So this is how it goes, right? Maybe they're misguided by the agent. They're being told that, okay, you know what, ਉਥੇ border ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਖਤਰਾ ਜੀ. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Like proving it is a next level thing. Saying is a different story, but proving it in terms of documentary evidence, my goodness, it's a bit of work.
I think I should take you with me as a potential candidate for such kind of
refugee claim, and then we'll
operation.
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
I think, Paulji, on your India trip, you watched too many movies, eh? Or did you read then again Prem Chand? What was the name of the jasus?
Karam Chand.
Very popular, that Gajar wala jasus.
Karam Chand.
Karam Chand.
Karam Chand and Kitty.
Kitty. Karam Chand and Kitty. So I think you watched too many Karam Chand and Kitty. Eh?
Oh, I did. Why
Yeah.
not? I had nothing else to do.
That's
What
why.
I was doing. Oh my goodness.
That's
Maybe,
why
Mr.
you
Kalsibai,
are.
you just, maybe you were looking into that part as well. Remember, we had this conversation over and over again about the Roxham border. Maybe you can just, throw that idea to him as well. Ki Roxham wala bhi hega ki tarika, utho bhi bande kar sakta kind of thing. So you can throw another idea to him.
Well, I don't know where people get these funny ideas. Last time I spoke with him, he was talking about mortgages, that we can get any mortgage, we have so much money, and he's not even licensed for mortgage. And today he totally blew me up when he said he can get anybody visa here as a refugee. I say, wow, that seems pretty easy. And I have seen people actually suffering when they are on refugee thing, how they are running, they are hiding, their children are studying in private schools, they can't even get education in public schools, no health card, no coverage, nothing else. It's a big risk they carry all the time. It's not easy.
That's true. That's so true. That's so true. Apparently, anybody who is on a temporary status in the country,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not too sure if somebody has read the recent. 'Cause I actually I follow one page, and apparently this was for this kid who just came to country like 4 months ago, or probably 4 weeks ago. His hand was stuck in a conveyor belt, and then the guy's name is Mandeep Singh, if I'm not wrong. 22 years, young kid,
Is it
and
not
apparently his.
Sunny Chahal or something like that?
Not too sure, yeah, but he was working in
And he
I
got
think he
pulled
was.
into the conveyor belt. There was
Exactly, that's right, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, it's Sunny
This
Chahal.
is the amount of no words for this, no words for this. And I was so shocked to kind of apparently when I was reading it, I was all in tears.
Very sad.
It's very
And
sad.
I saw a fundraiser in his name, and the
Okay.
fundraiser had a goal of collecting $100,000. And I do not even know if the person organizing the fundraiser was related to him or not. But all I know, it does not take $100,000 to ship the body to India. It's basically up to 20,000.
On top of it, was that still an enrolled international student?
the guy who was collecting
Mrs.
money.
Ms. Sarabjit, I didn't look into the insights, but
He was
apparently,
international
Yeah,
student.
because if he was
yes,
enrolled international student and was still in his college would 100% have group insurance, which will pay for his body repatriation benefit. And there is about $10,000 of death benefit. And even if his parents want to come, the insurance will cover the cost of the parents of come and stay up to $150 a day for maximum 10 days.
see,
Yeah,
what we can do is apparently I can look into that news, I can share it to you. Maybe
Sure.
you're in a better position to guide because I really
But
feel
people
bad for
don't
the
want to
parents.
know that. People don't want to do that because the one who's fundraising, if I, this happened couple of times, so I saw these fundraisers for these young kids, international students, and that's what I asked. Like, were they students? I can help, right? I just need to know which college they were enrolled in and whatever information we can get. There is insurance in place, but they just hung up my phone.
yeah,
They
and you
would
know
delete my
Really?
comment.
who is
Yes,
going to
because
Oh
pay?
my God.
that fundraiser, it will cost them about $4,000 to send the body back, and remaining 96,000, if not all of them, then some majority is going into their own pockets.
Absolutely. And this is what my concern is. So I was about to, donate some money, but I got held up just because of this news. So this is it. So his name is Sahil Preet Singh, and he died
Sahil
yesterday.
Preet Singh. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Now I was
So
looking into the same news.
And
Yeah, he just.
once if he is passed away while working,
yeah,
his factory will have something, even if he was not insured, but if he was on payroll and if he was not going
He
through
wasn't.
agency.
I doubt it. I doubt it. He wasn't on payroll. He was working at Next Cycle Brampton as a general laborer. And you know what?
But was
It
he
says
going
the
through,
machine.
an agency, or was he directly
I.
hired by the
That's what
company?
I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming because apparently most of the kids, international students, they don't get hired until they're on the work permit. So I think he
But
was working as
even
fresh
if
out.
that is the case, then WSIB will pay something for him because he
Mhm.
died on the work,
so if you look at
Exactly.
it, they have
right?
collected for $53,000 so far.
Yeah, but the problem is who is gonna pay them?
Well, I don't know who this
Who
person
this?
is. This is what it is. And this is the news item they picked up. They copied, pasted this item news. This is Toronto City News website and tweet uh, screenshot. That's it. And
Wow.
people are very
People
generous.
are donating. They should not donate to this. They should ask for the direct funds of the parents' account and put money there.
Absolutely. And I would like to see how much has this person contributed himself, which is important to know. And let's see how it goes because the money should actually be given to Sahil Priest's parent. Are they trying to help the family overseas? How will they transfer the funds? Who is going to get the funds? So these questions should be asked, but we become all emotional and we start throwing money into it.
So so here I just was searching because I this happened and I was working in it. WSIB should be paying for all the funeral expenses or for the transportation because death happened while at work.
So people just
If not,
start
then the company will
donating.
have to pay where he was working.
That's what I'm saying. I keep saying again and again. People love to be scammed. That's it.
See, this is the level of unawareness we have in our community, right? Just by listening to the news, you can tell, okay, you know what should be the next steps. But apparently, here people are probably. I don't want to comment about anybody, but they're just using the name just to fetch the money. But I honestly feel, what kind of human you are. Apparently, you are using somebody's death as a tool, as a way out to collect money. Like, oh my god, That's way too much.
Well,
That's
this
very
guy may be
nasty.
genuine. I'm not doubting anyone at this point. He may be genuine, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
if
Other
I'm
way,
a
vice versa, if
fundraiser,
it's, yeah.
I will introduce
In
myself first.
irrespective policy, if they are genuine or not, the employer is paying for WSIB and everything. And this
Sir,
death
I get what you're
happened
saying.
at the work benefit.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm doing a fundraiser, I will introduce myself first. Who am I? What my relationship is, and how I'm going to transfer
Yes.
monies to the family. That will be my opening
But
dialogue. I won't just copy paste a news
exactly.
article and raise a fund. Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
And the second thing is, people should contact the fundraiser and ask this question: is what WSIB not covering the funeral expenses? Because this is a major incidence. Even if this guy was working on cash, let's assume he was working on cash.
Yes.
This is a major
It
incident.
doesn't matter. Even if he was working on cash, he was at work. That's the point.
Sir, the thing is, if you are working on cash, your record will disappear, right? But here, someone died. It's a major incident in an establishment.
Yes.
So this cannot be hidden.
Yes.
Police were there. It was recorded. WSIB should kick in.
Yes. Even if let's say WSIB does not kick in, then the employer is liable for all the expenses.
Absolutely. But did anyone ask them? No. This is
Nobody.
what they just become emotional because the face is emotional. The news of death of a young child brings tears to people's eyes and they relate to such incidences at some point in time. And then boom, it goes like that. But the good thing about GoFundMe is if the monies are not given to the right family, you can always report it. And I don't know what course of action they take, but I really genuinely wish that the person who is collecting money on behalf of Sahil Preet Singh, the money actually reaches them. I would rather call the family.
But how would they
phone
know?
number.
How would they know? Their parents, his parents might not even know that something, there is no way of verifying if the funds are reaching them or not.
Yeah, well,
And this is not only about Sahil Preet. There are about so many such incidents happening. People start fundraising without even having the proper knowledge that do we even need to do the fundraising?
yeah. So fundraising, I would ask questions before I put any money down there. Hey, is companies not
Yeah.
paying it? And I need an answer to that. And I know if I send a message right now, I won't get any reply to it.
Yeah, you can just write that WSIB should be paying for all the expenses related to his final rights or even transportation of the body,
cannot write
or even
that.
if his parents want to come.
Even if you try to write that statement,
You can
but I'll
only
tell
write,
you,
It will be deleted.
you can only write after you have donated.
Donate $5 and write.
Well, why should I?
Donate $1 and write.
I will rather buy a coffee with that $1. I think because what you're saying makes
At least people will stop.
no, what you're saying makes sense that WSIB and employer should be responsible for these things. People should ask. They don't know that. I think you should do a session with me very soon about this kind of tragedy, and we should educate people on when to donate on these GoFundMe or similar platforms. It has to be.
I think we should instead of that we should say, okay, what are your benefits when you are going to work,
Well, you can,
whether you are on cash or not.
and because Gurleen knows that people can come with insurance. So you talked about college having insurance. So something
Yes.
should be working to cover some expenses.
Oh yeah.
yeah, at least
One
the
of
basic
the
expenses should
students,
be.
Yeah, sorry, what did you say?
one of the students, she passed away on a Kitchener highway about 2 years ago. It was December or November of 2021,
Mhm.
and her parents had to come on an emergency visa because she had nobody here. So the company paid for the tickets of the parents and $1,500 for the stay. Company also refunded the funeral cost because they wanted to cremate the body here only.
Okay.
And on top of it, they got about $35,000 in other benefits. And now, because she died in a car accident, the lawyer has promised them that about 100 or 200,000 dollars will be uh, forwarded to them after the court settlement and something.
There
That's
are
gonna take some time.
many GoFundMe's like I have cancer, I cannot get money for my treatment, this and that. That people do not actually like to question, and they start putting money in. Well, those are the generous people, and but if how would you feel if someone tells you you just have been scammed of $1,500 or $5,000 in this the particular fundraiser? People actually, some people paid really a lot of money there.
I'm not
See,
gonna
Mr.
make any
Paujima,
comment, but
Anji?
I was about
go
to
ahead,
say the
Gurleen.
same thing. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Like, we are not in a position to make a comment about that particular GoFund for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that awareness is much needed in the community. And I think Mrs. Sarabjit and Mr. Paul Chima, you guys are in a position where, and we have a platform where we can just give the insights at least. Not much,
Absolutely.
but definitely the insights so
We're just
that,
provoking minds to ask questions. I cannot
exactly.
judge this person at this point. Maybe he's doing great job doing it. Maybe they exhausted all other means of coverage. So I don't doubt that, but I just want to question the intentions, and have they actually spoken with the insurer? Have they spoken with the employer? Have they spoken with WSAB? How it's going on?
Right.
I
Yeah.
am not an insurance guy,
Agreed.
but yeah, Sarabji is telling this.
Yeah. So not about this particular, but what I have seen is there will be a group of a couple of people. So I, let's say, like, I want to scam somebody onto this GoFundMe. I will say, okay, Paul, I'm gonna start this GoFundMe. Gurleen, I'm gonna start this GoFundMe, and I'm gonna call a couple of my other. Let's say I'm working with four. Give me a split second.
Yeah,
This battery is gonna die.
we are about to end because it's been more than 1 hour now. Today time just ran so crazy, right?
So
Yes,
just what I will do is I will uh, collaborate with a couple of people that I know and say, okay, you know what? When I start this GoFund with me, you have to put a lot of money. So once we receive, then you get your money back.
I will never risk it. You may run away with my money.
Not gonna do that.
You are
But
going to
that's
do
what
lessons
that's
learned.
what has been happening,
Lessons learned
right?
in a better way.
well, we
But
should
still,
do something to educate families, people, because these things are very harsh but need to be talked about, just like any other
of
thing.
course.
It is as simple as that. And I was
Thank you for a wonderful
watching,
session today.
yeah, sure. I was watching this OMG2 in India. Not in India. I came here, then I watched it. OMG2, screen print. Very unclear audio, but I still watched it. So there was time when there was no audio. We will still adjust our antennas and try to see through those, pixels, and try to make sense. Who is walking? Who is not walking? So I know Gurleen wouldn't know about that era of TV. So we would like to watch Lahore TV station, and
Oh,
signal would never be clear. We would try to rotate the antenna up there, and there
towards
would be all
Pakistan.
those pixels on the screen, and
Towards Pakistan,
we'd
exactly.
see something moving, and with the dialogues are coming, and so we'd see all those kind of things. But things have become way more technical now, and we need to understand everything before we put money down. It is your hard-earned money that you're putting in a GoFundMe. Do ask questions. Get your facts straight before you say yes to it. It won't make a difference if it takes 2 days for the guy to respond. If it is genuine, by all means, give him 10, 15, $20,000. Who stops you? But establish genuineness of that. But anyways, today's time just flew by. We are 105, an hour and 5 minutes. Fantastic.
That's
Just
amazing.
I loved the conversation today. This, I guess, was first episode of its
Likewise.
own kind. Today,
Thank you.
Gurleen didn't look at
It's
watch and
good.
saying I have to go, but she's stuck. And I was just looking at her, watching her phone, getting calls, and I hope she doesn't
Yeah,
disturb.
I mean, every professional does have the obligations. Same goes for you, Mr. Paul Chiman. Same goes for you, Mr.
Yeah,
Abhijit. I guess, you
Yeah.
know, no matter what you are, even if you're in middle of like in during the middle of night too, right? I get calls because apparently immigration is a very touchy industry, and
it is.
you need to, like, some people, they kind of ignore that part where they don't like to respond to their clients. But apparently I feel bad for them because I know it's just one quick question and maybe a minute's chat or a call, like a telephonic conversation, and they're okay. Like literally, they will ask, "Sada ki badya, sada ki badya," and then all you have to say is you have to be patient, and that's all they hear from you, and they're okay sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's how it is.
that's
So
true.
Well, I would thank you very much for your time. It means a lot to join this broadcast and share your mind with us. Thank you very, very much. Take care. Anything you have to
thank you,
say?
Mr. Paul
Why
Shima.
don't, before you
See.
leave your phone numbers and your email so people can get in touch with you? Go ahead, Gurleen.
All right, so guys, I'm just one call away. The best number to reach out is 647-465-8894, or you can reach out to me at 639-998-1992. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul Chimaji, to have me on this platform. Thank you.
Not a problem, Ji. Take care. Bye bye. See you very soon.
Bye-bye.
Yes,
See ya.
Sarabjit.
Thank you, Paulji, first of all, for restarting this program. Congratulations. And as you all know, the viewers who are back with us today, that I am Sarvjit Luther, an insurance advisor. We are currently hiring, recruiting, and training. If you are looking into anything to start with, the part-time or full-time, more than welcome to discuss. And for your all your life insurance and critical illness needs, call us at 416-879-3039. Also, I would once again emphasize on take the benefit of unbundling of insurance. If you know any friends, family, or anybody at workplace or colleague who has suffered or who is suffering from cancer, and we can provide them a cardiac insurance. So cancer does lead to other complications. So we do have unbundling of critical illness insurance. For more details, call us at 416-879-3039. Thank you and have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you,
Perfect. That's
Paulji.
fantastic. So nice of you to be here. Thank you very much. So, guys, this was our show today, and I hope you did enjoy it. Please stay in touch with us for all things real estate or mortgage. We didn't run any commercial today. We were too busy with our conversation. I hope you liked the content. We will bring more interactive content for you. Stay with us, keep in touch, and our program has a far reaching approach at this time. We'll try to be in generic language that everyone understands, not a particular language. So, well, here we go. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate that. And see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Take care. Bye bye.